Hello, and thank you for joining us in a new episode of Hope for the Sick and Suffering. And today I want to read to you a story from page 37 from my book, 40 Gifts of Hope. This is the story of my friend Jose Pablo Gil. We call him Hopa in Costa Rica. And I think this story is going to inspire us a lot of what we can do in those times of pain, suffering, and illness. The name of the story is called Don't Give Up. So here we go. Hopa tell us this story. I was the best tennis player in Costa Rica. I was preparing to travel to the United States because I had won a scholarship to study and play tennis at Azusa Pacific University in California. My friends said goodbye to me. And when we were returning to our houses, an accident happened that changed my complete destiny. The driver of the car I was in tried to dodge another vehicle, hit the fence at the edge of the freeway, and I was thrown out of the window. I was left in a coma for more than a week. Doctors did not expect me to live. Upon awakening from the coma, I learned that I had a terrible multiple fractures all over my body, a brain clot, and a severe spinal cord injury that left me in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. The skin on my back was raw and the pain was brutal. It took around 4 people to be able for me to take a bath. And I was so scared and my mind was full of questions and doubts. Despite the pain and sadness, I decided to fight for my recovery. Thanks to my family's support, I started to push myself to try, but little by little, to fend for myself and try to have new experiences for my own. The first time I saw something different in a long time was one day my father forced me to go to the forest with my family in the mountains of Monteverde in Costa Rica. He pushed me a lot because I was feeling weak, I was feeling upset and angry. He dragged me up to the hill until we reached a waterfall. When I contemplated, it made me feel myself again, like I was myself again, and gave me the strength to strive and desire new experiences, such as this one, that was such an inspiration to me. On another occasion, my father took me to play tennis in an adapted wheelchair. I have to admit that it was horrible the first time, but I felt the same feeling I had before my injury, like when I played on the courts after several practices. I found my passion once more. Today, after much sacrifice and tenacity and years of work, I am the best adapted tennis player in Central America and number 49 in the world. I'm also part of the wheelchair basketball team, exercising and training 5 hours a day. In addition, I founded Tennis on Wheels, an organization dedicated to help the disabled to play tennis. I feel fulfilled, full of challenges, and I feel happy. Today, I love to hear this story because it's amazing how when illness comes to your life, when you have an accident, when you have an episode in your life that changed everything, we have different choices. And for Hopa, it was very difficult to make the decisions by himself. But his dad was very important for him. His dad came to him and said, "Come on." And he pushed him to take him to the mountain and see that beautiful waterfall. And that was the beginning for him to accept his situation and start to consider to do different things in his life. When illness comes to in our life or things change, we need to accept it and we need to figure it out. What can I do? And something I love about Hopa is that he decided to keep doing sports, but in a different way. There's always a way. I always used to have a nurse when I have my medical infusions that said the typical phrase, when there is a will, there is a way. We need to have the will to say, how I'm going to live now, what I'm going to do different today. Maybe I just walk more slowly and go outside in the nature. Maybe I'm just going to be in my bed, but take me outside, take me to the backyard if I'm in bed and I can't move. Or maybe you can do way more. It's very important to accept the challenges of playing sports if you can, or exploring activities that we will discover new ways to challenge yourself. And sometimes maybe your exercise is just to move your arms in bed, or maybe you can do way more things. But try to figure it out with anything you have available in your body to move it and to feel better, and to get out of the room and look at the nature like he did. Make that decision, because nobody else can do it for you. You have to be the one saying, even if I'm not feeling well, I have nausea, I'm weak, I'm not feeling well today, take me outside. Let me see the sunshine. Let me move my arms. Let me think about something else. Let me put something to make me laugh, and it is important. I want to finish with a beautiful phrase of Wilma Rudolph that I love. And the phrase says, when the sun shines, I can achieve what I set out to do. No mountain is too high. No problem is too difficult to overcome. Wilma Rudolph. Let's read it one more time. When the sun shines, I can achieve what I set out to do. No mountain is too high. No problem is too difficult to overcome. Get close to God, look at the nature, move what you have in your body available. And I see you on the next episode of Hope for the Sick and Suffering. God bless you.
You can follow my mom on social media at Paula Humana Speaker or paulaspeaker.com.